Yes, and fearless and passionately on hunt, and exciting new content. Get ready to talk, learn, and with conversation you can interact with, shows you can follow, and news you can use. Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at www.intellectualradio.com. Connect with us on Facebook at Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation. On Instagram at Mind, Body, Soul, AD. And by email at mindbodysoulad@gmail.com.
Now, come on, souls. I think we need to break it down. What we talking about? Verse 1.
I'm not looking for another service to jump and shout, and then I'm through. Nope. But I need more, such an anointing to change my life, to be connected with you. I need an encounter, a spiritual encounter with you. Lord, I need you. I need an encounter, spiritual encounter with you. We got another verse, y'all. One soul's coming. Putting out my testimony. Every test and trial that I go through. And my weakest hour. Know that I can always count on you. I need an encounter.
Hey, welcome to another wonderful event tonight.
Yeah.
I call it an event.
It ought to be an event.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be an event.
Hey guys, you listen to Mind, Body, and Soul. It's an A&D conversation. All right, and we are back. We are back for another wonderful session. On tonight, we are here to help you on your ride home. My goodness. And I tell you, we had a little visitor on today, didn't we?
Oh, man. You talking about the weather?
I'm talking about the weather.
Man. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. That snow came down. Looked like we were in winter wonderland earlier today.
You know, I don't mind the cold because, you know, you have different in Chicago, in the Midwest, you have different outfits for different temperatures and everything. So I don't mind the cold, but I do not like the snow.
Is that right?
I do not.
Now, I'm the opposite.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Not since I was a kid did I like the snow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like snow.
I can deal with the snow. And it's probably because I'm older now and I'm driving around out and I can deal with it. But the freezing temperatures, the wind chill here in Chicago, I can not have that.
Yeah. See, I don't like shoveling snow. I don't like dealing with the snow.
Okay, for various reasons then, right? Absolutely. All right. So you guys, when you come in, we have a couple of different ways that you can listen to us on tonight. We do have a live feed going in our new page, Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation. And then also we're on YouTube Live at the present time, and you can listen to us there. Go ahead on over to Mind, Body, and Soul, A&D. I believe that's how you do it on YouTube.
Yeah, A&D Conversation.
That sounds good,
that's
huh?
That's
all right. You'll find us there. Go ahead and look us up. And then also on the station's website, we're here at the wonderful Intellectual Radio. So go ahead and type in intellectualradio.com and you can hear us there. The other avenues, of course, you can watch us. So we are excited. Tuesday night was our premiere night.
Man.
And
what a night.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yes,
did you? Okay.
I did.
All right. I did too.
Yeah.
I had a ball. I enjoyed it. Everybody, kind of joined in and chimed in and helped us out, to kick off this wonderful broadcast season.
And we had wonderful feedback from the people watching on Facebook Live. So wonderful evening.
Good. And it's always good to get good feedback. It really is. I mean, because you can do. I always like to critique myself, and I probably do it too much, but that's okay. I think we all do that.
Man, I'm my own worst critic.
Yes,
own worst critic.
definitely. But
Mhm.
then to me, that's the only way for you to grow, for you to
Absolutely.
mature, for you to perfect.
Mhm.
Is to get that input. So we're grateful to each of you that did give your input. You've inboxed us, you've contacted us, called us, and we. So my goodness, we got quite a few things going on tonight that we want to, kind of pack into this 2-hour time frame that we have here.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I know that we have current events that we want to kind of take a look at. You had one up.
Yeah, I was looking at something and it just came up in the news again today. Many of you remember that couple, I believe it was in New Jersey, that the woman was on the side of the road. And how the story went is that this homeless veteran saw her parked on the side of the road. She had run out of gas, and
A homeless veteran.
a homeless veteran saw her on the side of the road, and he approached her and he gave her his last $20. He walked to the gas station with a gas can, used his last $20 to put in her gas tank, and then vanished. And so the way the story went is that she came back to that gas station every day looking for him. When she finally ran up to him or caught up to him, she and her boyfriend developed a relationship with him, and they posted something on social media thanking this guy for just his generosity in his position. And then they went on to establish a GoFundMe page in his honor, where he would get money for a new car, an apartment, and some other things. And they ended up raising almost $400,000. Well, earlier this year, it was in the news, and I remember seeing it in the news that the gentleman who they raised the money for was suing them because he had only seen like a fraction of the money. And they had spent the money on gambling and trips and all of this stuff. Well, it just came out today that they were all in cahoots.
Who?
All three of them.
Stop.
All three of them were working together, and it was a plan that they hatched together to raise money. They just didn't know that it was the goal was like 10 grand. And they ended up raising almost $400,000.
Are you serious?
I am so serious. The couple was on Megyn Kelly Live, and they were addressing the veterans' accusations of them taking his money, and they were, saying, "Oh, we took the money because we didn't want him to waste it on drugs and alcohol, and we didn't want him to, run through the money. So we wanted to oversee the money." Well, it came out, after they did their investigation, that they were all working together, and this was a scam.
It was a whole setup.
And they used GoFundMe to do it.
Oh my goodness!
14,000 people donated.
Okay, so now what? What do we do with all this money?
So now GoFundMe is they're trying to figure out a way to get everybody's money refunded.
Back to them.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but they can face anywhere from 10 to 20 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God. You know what? That's what irks me, if I can say it like that. You have different avenues, different ways that people can really, really be helped.
Mm-hmm.
And then people, they take advantage of that. And then I say a lot of times, why not because obviously they concocted that.
Yes.
They were intelligent to concoct that, if I can say that. Why not use those smarts for something good?
And we're in the pay it forward season. You know what I mean? This is like the holiday season where everyone is feeling, goodwill and good cheer.
And they gonna give you whatever, and shirt off their back.
Right. And then you come with a sob story that's not true.
Oh my God.
And people in this season want to be a blessing, and they totally take advantage of your kindness and of your, sympathy.
That's a shame. Y'all watch your money. Watch yourself.
Watch your money. This
because
is
you're
scam
right.
season.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And it's like, even when you go out, whether or not you're shopping or whatever, you all be careful. Please be careful, because people they're out here just to take advantage of you. And it's really a shame.
And you know what the crazy thing about it is? I wonder if they had just split the money evenly,
Would he have said anything?
Would he have said anything?
And then we probably wouldn't have known they were in cahoots.
You know what I mean?
See?
And so their own greed is what exposed it.
Every
Ain't that
time.
crazy?
It would do it every time. I'm telling
If you had just gave me my cut, we'd all be happy.
I would have kept my mouth shut. But then again, you never know. Something else could have came out.
Yeah.
One of the two of them could have said something about him or anything. But well, thankfully it was exposed. Thank God it was exposed. Yeah, guys, just be careful and just watch out. And it's a shame you have to say that too.
You know what? Yeah, it is a shame. You know, because I think deep down we really want to be able to help people.
Yes.
You know, I'm one of those people that if I'm in my car and somebody approaches me on the side of the road, I'm digging in my pocket or looking through my change cup. You know,
right.
I don't let those moments pass. And so, you know, when you take advantage of somebody's heart, it makes it to where they're less likely to do that now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I don't want to be suspicious of people. You know?
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's
you know,
the world we live in now.
It is. But I'm different with those who approach me on the side of the, because I figure if you're in that position, even if you come to me with a story that's not exactly true, you on the side of the road, you need something.
You need something.
You know, and so
that's a good mentality.
I'm
to
a
have.
softie.
Oh wow! Yeah. Somebody told me the way that you would know whether or not the people on the side of the road that are coming up to get money from you, whether that is really true. You look at their shoes.
You know. Oh wow!
Has anybody else heard that?
I've heard of that.
Look at their shoes. If their shoes are decent, they don't need anything.
And then I've also heard, you know, check your rearview mirror. You know, because there's a guy that came up to me one time that was limping when he came up to me, but after I passed him, he was walking.
He's walking fine.
You know, and so it's humorous.
I know.
And you know, you can't let it get to you. But I figure, okay, if you're on the side of the road, you need something. You need something. And, you know, sometimes they feel like they have to scam, you know, in order to get something. But I just believe that God blesses me for my heart to give.
Yeah. And then that would be the mentality you would have to take, you know, because you may, like you said, you saw the guy walking straight.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, Lord, at least I did it out of kindness of my heart.
And then I'm not giving like, you know, I'll give him like $5, you know.
Right.
It's not like 50 cents. So I'm like, okay, $5.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world.
Right.
You know?
You get it back some kind of way.
So.
Wow, that's a very interesting story. Okay, yeah, there was another story I saw here, but let me first say this: if you guys want to call in tonight, talk to us, you can. 708-223-8953. Again, that is 708-223-8953. You can call in, you can chit chat with us, talk about the current events we're discussing or what have you. And if you don't remember what I just said, just look behind me. There's the number right there. Intellectual Radio. 708-223-8953. I see you guys on here. Brandy, D'Amica, how's it going? Joe McCord, Eugenia is on. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
And let's see, who else do we have? Linda Rhodes.
Ferris Davis.
All right.
Frank.
Yeah, okay. Alyssa, I see Alyssa on. Relanda, did I pronounce that right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Relanda.
D'Amica's giving us hearts. Thank you, D'Amica.
Thank you. Yes, we need the love. We need the love. All right. And then on our live feed, thank you so much for putting that up about the 3 ways to listen to us and or watch us tonight. So when you guys come in to the live feed, please go ahead and like and share. If you like, you know, why don't you hop on over to YouTube and go on over to our page. You can see us there as well. And then we want to encourage you to like our Facebook page.
Yes.
Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation. Yes. I know I've invited a lot of people to that page. You have as well.
Too. And thank you for supporting us.
Those
that have responded to those invitations.
Yes. Oh, see, you are nice. You're thanking the people. That's so nice. Yeah. Thank you all.
I
thank you too. Now, if you haven't gotten a chance to like the page, please go on over there and then make sure that you stay tuned with us, because we will be doing our live feeds from there. And then on YouTube, go on over to the YouTube page, click the bell button there, and then you'll be notified when we are live. So I am excited, but I want to move to this other story. This one story I saw today which is kind of interesting.
Hmm.
We talked about the California fires on
Yes.
Tuesday. Of course, it's still going on, and my heart still goes out to individuals who are experiencing so much. They're experiencing loved ones lost, and they're experiencing their own property and everything being destroyed and damaged. But this story caught my attention. Kim Kardashian's private firefighters expose America's fault lines. That's the title of this story.
What? First of all, private. How do you have a private firefighter?
I'm sorry, and I really should not be laughing, but this.
Do they only just put the fire out in your home?
Okay, so let me read a little bit of this. It says they have a quote here: "Rich people don't get their own better firefighters, or at least they aren't supposed to." So this is a story that says. As multiple devastating wildfires raged across California, a private firefighting crew reportedly helped save Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's home in Calabasas. I guess I pronounced that right. TMZ reported this. And then it said the successful defense of the 50 million mansion is the most prominent example of a trend that's begun to receive national attention for hire firefighters protecting home.
Wow.
Usually on the payroll of an insurance company with a lot at risk, excuse me.
Yeah, that was my next question. So that had to be connected to their insurance, their home insurance.
I suppose so, but you know what? I want to hear you all's thoughts on this because I can say a whole lot right now. I want to be nice.
I mean, think about it though. If you could have on call your own private firefighter. I mean, forget about how it looks. Forget about how it looks.
Okay.
I know that anytime I call them, they're not going to be on putting out another fire. They're going to. What do you think about that?
Well, okay. If your house was the only one that was on fire, okay.
Right.
But everybody is being affected.
Gotcha. And the wildfire, that's different.
Yes,
Yeah.
and when you look at the pictures of, they'll just show where the house was.
Mm-hmm.
There's one picture, I forgot whose home that was. It had, I don't know what they had in their home. It was like something decorative, and it just spelled out love.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the house was gone.
Wow.
I mean, you look at all this stuff and said, that's what I have a problem with this whole situation.
But that, to me, that would be the reason why they would get that insurance, because in that area, they know that wildfires are prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
And so that would be, a proactive way to handle that, that in the case or in the event of a wildfire, my home is going to be protected. And that seems a little
it's selfish,
self-centered, and it is.
To me, it's selfish only because, again, everybody's been affected. It's not just you.
Mm-hmm.
You come home or whatever from a night out and you see a little fire or something. Yeah, you can call your little private firefighters over.
Everything else they're saying, let it burn, let it burn down.
Right, but everybody else is being affected. Now, I think that's what bothers me about this story. It really does.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Now
What
that you
do
put
you
it that
say
way.
about this? I see you guys on Brandy or Rolanda. I've called out a few names. D'Amica, you guys still on here? I want to hear what your thoughts are on that story. Rolanda says, wow. Oh, they says you're kidding me. Okay, yeah. Dollar signs. Exactly. I don't know. I still, somewhere down deep though, you know what I mean? You, if they can save your house, are you going to say, no, save their house first and then come get mine if you have time? Some people would.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's the price of you pay the price for that though.
Okay. Well,
with that premium every month or however often you pay it,
right.
You pay the price,
Well, I guess I probably would be like, there are other homes too. I don't want you to just come to me.
Mm-hmm.
How come they can't do others too?
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like something out of the movie The Purge. Firefighter edition.
The firefighter edition. I mean? That's good.
So
maybe you should write a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite interesting.
It is.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. You guys might not agree with me, but I think that's kind of selfish. And I'm not sure. I mean, because again, you think Kanye, Kim, they got money.
Yeah. They want to spend their money.
They can pick up and go somewhere else and get another house. You
Yeah.
have plenty of people whose houses were destroyed who don't even have a quarter of the money that they have.
Hmm.
Some
Now, it
people
would
are,
be nice. I'm going to tell you what would be nice and how they could balance that is if they had some sort of relief fund or foundation for those who were displaced because of fire damage.
yes.
You know what I mean? And they contributed to it and said, okay, we bought this insurance and we saved our house, but yeah, on the back end, we're making sure that your house is rebuilt.
Right.
You know, that's how you balance that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay.
There are
Yeah.
ways.
That's a good balance. That's a good balance.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have here? We already talked about Michelle on Tuesday, and she's going around the country with her book, Becoming.
Mhm.
Let's see here. You know, I've been listening locally to a couple of unfortunate incidents. Did we talk about Tuesday, the situation out in Robbins, Illinois?
No, you know what? I thought about that. You're talking about
The young man
the
that was
security
killed.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is horrible because he was he was a security guard at that bar.
Hmm.
And do you not know? Let me tell you. Okay, that happened on Sunday, right?
Right.
Monday, I was driving, had a passenger, came right past it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, there's the place.
Wow.
And I'm like, ooh.
And so if you don't know the story, he was killed breaking up a fight. Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was trying to break up a fight, and I think the other person had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But then the police were called in, and I guess when they got there, they saw him and they told him to drop, his weapons or whatever. And other people around them were trying to tell the police, well, he's a security guard.
Right.
And they ended up just firing on him. Now, somebody, and I heard in the story in the news today, someone who lives in that area, they said that, yes, the police did say drop your weapon, but they didn't give him time to do it.
Oh, wow.
They said drop it, and they just fired. They started firing on him, killed him.
That is so sad.
Very much so.
I don't understand why we don't train our police officers, or maybe, I don't know, maybe we do, to shoot them in the leg or something.
Yeah, or something, or maybe shoot the shooting hand.
It works in the movies.
I mean, it's out
But
now, and I don't know how easy that would be to
It's
do
not
something
easy.
like that, but
It's not easy, but I think the reflex and the knee-jerk reaction should not be shoot to kill.
it shouldn't be.
I think we ought to train. They ought to get better training than that, and maybe they do. I'm not sure if they do, but it's just sad every time you hear something like that, and for it to happen over and over and over again. And it's not anything new. This is just the day and age of social media, and everybody has a camera phone and everybody's reporting stuff, but this has been happening for, quite some time. I think, and I can go on and on about a subject like this. I think it comes down to really the value of a life.
Yeah.
And where we place the value on certain people's lives, because you can see the same situation in a different neighborhood of somebody with a different persuasion, and it turn out different.
It turns out way different.
So it comes down to the value of a life many times.
Yeah. Okay. Brandy says here, so is it a private company or are they on the city's dollar? If they are private, what kind of credentials do they have? Is she talking about the security?
No, I
guard,
think she's
or is she
talking about
the police?
I think she might.
Oh,
be
we're
talking
going back.
about
Oh, she's talking about the fires.
the fire
Okay. I'm sorry. I done jumped all over to this other subject. Okay. What kind of qualifications do they have to put out rich people's home fires? That's a great question. I mean, those are great questions that you have. I have no idea. I guess like the article said is in relation to the insurance company. So I don't know. Let me look a little bit further here. It says the insurance companies AIG and Chubb have publicly talked about their private
Mhm.
wildfire teams. AIG has its own wildfire Protection Unit, while Chubb and up to a dozen other insurers contract with Wildfire Defense Systems. So I guess it is private.
Wow.
Interesting.
Money
Talks.
Money talks.
And people listen. Neil, greetings to you as well. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. It looks like Alyssa was saying somebody else's house was spared. Liam Hemsworth. Who's that? Is that an actor?
Yeah.
Okay. His house had the love. Is that what she said? But Gerard Butler's house and car burned too.
Oh, wow.
I guess they didn't get over there to him, huh?
Wow. Or he didn't have the insurance.
Right. He didn't have the private insurance.
Wow.
Wait, but if he's maybe he just didn't have it. Okay. Interesting. Got anything else you want to look at?
That's good for me.
That's good for you?
Yeah.
What do you mean that's good for you?
I mean, it's not good.
Are you trying to do a fashion thing today with your hat
with
on?
my hat? You know what? I'm a hat person. And I've been trying not to wear my hats, but I like wearing my hats. You trying to make me feel self-conscious about my hat?
You can wear your hat, Apostle.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just thought, there was a difference from Tuesday. So
I got plenty of hats.
Okay. All right. Well, no problem. Wear your hats, Apostle.
Thank you.
We appreciate you and your hat. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break here. Tonight, the music that you hear, I'm just highlighting actually an artist. It's a new artist. And his name is Keon, but the producer is Larry Jones. And the name of this song is Forecast. So you'll hear that throughout our breaks on tonight. You can go to any music social media outlet to get this music. So take a listen. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for more of Mind, Body, and Soul and A&D Conversation.
Just wait and see. Hold your head high. The sun is gonna shine again on you and me. It may be cloudy outside. The sun is gonna shine again. Just wait and see. Hold your head high. The sun is gonna shine again.
How's it sounding? Can you guys hear us? Let us know.
Things are looking so good.
Darcy says hi.
Just didn't turn out the way you thought that it should. Seems like it's cloudy all day long, but the storm will pass and you can sing a new song. But you gotta keep your head up high, and know that you're never alone. In Him you can rely. Your storm will pass, just wait and see. Don't ever lose faith in humanity. When the winds are blowing and the skies are gray, trust in Him, He'll make a way. The sun is gonna shine again. Just wait and see. Hold your head up high. The sun is gonna shine again. Take your burdens and leave them there.
There's a brighter day on the way. Just pray.
The sun is gonna shine. The sun will shine again. Hold your head up. The sun is gonna shine again.
Now let's go. Philippians 4:7. Everybody's going through something, but you gotta keep your head up. In spite of your situation, the sun is gonna and when you can't work it out, He'll make a way. 'Cause He is good. Can I get a hey? Now throw your hands up. The sun is gonna and let it shine. Tell them, Keon. Shine. It may endure for a night, but joy's gonna come in the morning. Believe it. can't believe that.
Hold your head high. The sun is gonna shine again.
All right, all right. Hold your head high. The sun is going to shine again. Again, the name of that song is Forecast. Keon is the artist, and then the producer is Larry
That
Jones.
was nice.
All right. You said a
Yeah.
head bopper,
It
huh?
was a head bobber.
Yeah, and kind of have
Good
you
stuff.
moving a little bit. Kind of make you think the sun's going to shine again. That's good stuff right there. Good stuff. Well, we're back. Mind, Body, and Soul. And A&D conversation. We're here in the house on tonight trying to help you on your way home. And we were talking about a few current events. Let me look at this. It's not what I'm looking at, but there was one story. It was quite interesting. I was looking at I believe it was Good Morning America this morning. And what's her name? The Bill Clinton. What's the girl? Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
So she has a book now, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So she's talking now about
Okay. What's she talking about?
She's talking about the affair, really, and how she was just mesmerized with Bill, and he had this way about him. She says that just everybody. He grabbed everybody's attention, whether it was male, female.
Very
she said
charismatic.
straight, gay, and everybody,
Wow.
he just grabbed their attention. And she just, she said she just fell for him.
Mhm.
And I think they even asked her, they said, okay, if you could say something to Hillary now, what would you say? And she said she would apologize, but she said she's written letters
Oh, wow.
of apology. Yeah, but I just think it's quite interesting.
How did you feel about that whole? I remember when that came out. I think I was still in college or about to graduate or something like that. And I would just remember a lot of controversy, and a lot of people had their opinions and they were weighing in. And of course, he went through the whole impeachment thing.
Right.
And so what did you think about
the whole situation? Oh, goodness. Okay. There is a whole lot that I thought. Now, I remember when everything came out, she shared with her friend, what had happened. And that's how it
Linda
all,
Tripp.
yeah. And that's how it all blew up. Right. And he was denying so much at first. Now, through the denial phase, I'd never forget my uncle said, he may as well just go ahead and admit it. And he actually kind of lumped men in like one category. He said, all men cheat or something like that.
Lord have mercy.
I'm like, oh my God, no, they not all men.
No.
But it was something because of the way he did it. And of course, it's kind of like a little running joke now or whatever, when they were interviewing him or whatever. He's like, I did not have sex.
He was so adamant.
He was so adamant.
Yeah.
But he said with that woman. He didn't specify Monica. I don't know if you all remember that or not.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about it like that.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
This mind is always going, always thinking. And I'm like, so I picked apart what he said. I'm like, okay, he did.
That's almost like the I didn't inhale.
Right. Exactly.
But you know what? I think that if he had just admitted it, because here's the thing about it. When they start asking you certain questions, they already know the answer, Yes. And so
and waiting to see what you're going to say.
I think that's the hole that he dug for himself.
Yeah.
Well, the hole that he dug for himself was actually, what happened.
Yes. Yeah, that was the hole.
But in that whole process, I think that if he had been forthcoming when they started investigating it, then it probably would not have picked up the traction and esteem that it did.
Right. Right. Definitely. I'm seeing here, Brandy says, it's a little late for Monica. She stayed quiet for too long. And I think that's probably how some people are feeling. Like, okay, why are you coming out now?
Well, she's got a book.
Capitalized.
She's got to sell a book.
Let me see if it's an actual book or something, or she was just talking about her affairs. It may not be a book. I may have misquoted that, but I think she's just like coming out talking.
Interviews.
Yes.
Well, you get paid
giving
for
more
that, too.
details. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But I guess she'll just always be remembered as such. Well, at least she's kind of lost weight. She looks a little decent.
And you know, honestly, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her that is going to be her reputation.
Exactly.
You know, I genuinely feel bad for her, because when you hear her name, that's what you think of. And no matter how, wonderful of an accomplishment that she has, people are always going to attribute that to her.
Yes.
And it really breaks my heart, because every one of us has something that we have said or done or perpetrated that we don't want nobody else to know about.
Right.
That can potentially tarnish reputation or close some doors for you. I don't care who you are. Everybody got something. Some are just, worse than others on different levels and degrees, but it breaks my heart that is how she's going to be remembered.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, because you're right. As soon as you hear her name, that's the first thing you think about it. I was looking at it. It's supposed to be a series. It's a series coming up.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Who wants to just look at that all day long? Okay. Never mind. All right. Let's see here. Okay. What do you think about, Apostle? Have you been keeping up with this Florida Senate race?
Not actually. I've been keeping up with the one in Georgia.
Okay, so there's one in Georgia. They still have to count,
yeah.
And then obviously one in Florida, the Senate race.
Yeah.
What's taking them so long?
Yeah, I mean, the last votes were like a week ago.
Right.
So I guess they're too close to call, and I would rather they do that than to kind of assume that someone won when they didn't. I know there was something in Maine. I think it was in Maine where it was so close, and they did a recount, and they had other people on the ticket who were independents. And because they have this year, I think, was the first weighted ballot. So they have your choice, your first choice, second choice, third choice. And what happened was the Democrat was declared the winner after the fact because he was the second choice.
Okay.
So it kind of flipped it. So
right.
This is the year, I think, where things are being overturned. So
Georgia, what was in Georgia?
Stacey Abrams. Going for governor.
Is that the one that Oprah backed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and they're I believe they're counting every vote. They said they're going back and they're doing a recount. And
so was it that she had won or the other?
The Republican had won, but it was so close, and then there were certain votes that were thrown out because of bad information. They didn't have the right address, or maybe their name wasn't exactly right, and so they threw those ballots out.
Is that the story that I saw? They were saying that people didn't write their names clearly or something
like that. And I think that they're getting lawyers involved and everything. I got to brush up on the story, but the last I heard is that they were going back and looking at that. And so depending on what the results are, there'll be a runoff in early December.
I'm sure she probably knew it was going to be a fight.
Yeah.
I'm sure she knew it was going to be a fight, but it's a shame it has come down to this, and then in your mind, or in my mind, I would be thinking, I shouldn't have to fight this hard for it.
But you know what? I
because obviously somebody doesn't want me in here.
Yeah, but I admire her tenacity.
Right.
I'm not conceding. I'm not giving up. We're gonna go down to the very last vote, and sometimes that's what it takes.
And she's a young woman. And then when you win, you walk with your head in the air.
You know what I'm saying? And she's a young African American woman.
Right.
She's a double minority. And she is, when I say she is fighting tooth and nail. And sometimes it's just about, it's not just about winning, but I want to know what the for real results were.
Right.
And 44 years old, I mean, she is something.
Oh, she's only 44?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my hat is off to her, and I just pray that everything comes out well like it should.
Yes.
And not anybody working any underhanded stuff and it's not being right. Hey guys, we're still here. Area code 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953. We want to hear from you on tonight. Kind of help us out. We are actually in our second show.
Yes.
And we are working this thing. We this show came as a result of us, remember, doing a poll.
Yes.
We did a poll and we asked you all, when did you want to hear us?
Right.
And you all came back and told us that you want to hear us during this time frame. It's a little bit better for you when you get off work, on your way home. So we want to hear from you guys. Want you guys to continue to participate. And I know we're going to be talking about our topic on tonight. That was actually another one from the meet and greet.
Right. And it was suggested to us from the wonderful participants of that. I believe it was a contest.
Yes.
And this is the second place. Well, I don't know if it was in any kind of order, but this is the second winner. Suggested the topic on bullying. And so we want to talk about what you want to talk about. And so feel free to call in if you have any stories concerning being bullied, or if you were once a bully. I would love to hear that story.
Oh my gosh.
If you were once a bully and something happened that converted you. You went through a bully conversion.
Or are you still a bully?
Right. Or are you still? We probably won't get that story. But we would love to hear your story. I got plenty of stories of growing up being bullied.
You were bullied?
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
Apostle.
I was bullied as a child.
Were you?
Yeah, I got chased home from school. All of that. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, tell me, why do you think that was happening to you?
It was preparing me for my future.
Is that right?
Yeah, because people try to bully me now, but they can't.
They can't bully.
No, they
Okay,
can't.
all right.
I know.
Now,
the
but you
signs.
wasn't thinking that then when you were running home.
No, I was thinking about my tail and trying to preserve my behind, because I was bullied by a young man. I won't call his name, but it was in the 5th grade. And well, even before that, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, I went to a school, and it was a predominantly white school, and me and my siblings were a few of the only African-American students there. And I got called names, everything but my name.
Wow.
You can just imagine, every single day, and had to fight.
You had to fight?
Yeah, I had to fight because of the color of my skin. And this is like the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. So we weren't too far removed from certain mindsets.
Okay.
And so, which mindsets are still here,
unfortunately.
But I had to fight then. And then in the 5th grade, there was a guy who was 2 years older. He was 12 in the 5th grade. Yeah, and he was huge. Oh my God. I think he had like a goatee. He might have even had,
what? I cannot with you tonight.
He had facial hair, but I was so afraid of him, and he chased me home every day. Every recess, he chased me around. I would hide. And then one day, literally, I got tired of running.
Wait, okay, you gotta back me up. Okay, now I know you said it was to make you, but what were they chasing you about? What were they saying? You wasn't standing around to find out.
I wasn't, but you know what? That's what bullies do. Bullies prey on fear and intimidation, and they can smell it. And I think just by virtue of the fact that I was intimidated by him, I mean, he was so much bigger than me, and he was looking for someone to bully for whatever reason. And he chased me around until I ran out of breath. And when I said I ran out of breath, I said, I got to stop running. But when I stopped, what's going to happen? And so I literally stopped, turned around, and just started swinging. With my eyes closed, just started swinging. And he ended up winning, but I gave him enough to make him think again.
And he never bothered you again?
Never bothered me again.
You know, I would give.
And that right there is what changed my mind concerning bullying.
Okay. I would give about $50 if I can see a video of that.
You
I'm
know?
just kidding.
You know, I would love to see a video of it. Seriously. And be like, look at him go.
Right.
You know, but see, you know, he won the fight, but I did just enough to say, okay, try me again.
Wow.
And that was it.
I think I'm still in shock that you were bullied like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of blows my mind a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, but you never know. You never know exactly
You
what
never know.
people have dealt with. Let me look on here. So we want to hear from you guys on we obviously started talking about tonight's topic about bullying. So we want to hear from you guys too. I pulled up an article to talk about adult bullying.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, okay. It looks like they say they're trying to call in, but they can't get through. Okay. You guys can call back if you've tried to call in and you couldn't get through. 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953. Just try us back, please. I see you, Tradana. Thanks for joining us on tonight.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Let me go back to this article. 5 ways that adults bully each other.
Wow.
This is deep. But let me also say, okay, we did mention that this topic is from our meet and greet when people gave their thoughts, but this was submitted by Natasha Cunningham, Dr. Natasha Cunningham. So she submitted this, and it was actually, I wasn't really surprised that she submitted this topic because she has actually written a book on it. She's an educator as well, but I wasn't surprised that she picked this as a topic because that's something that's near and dear to her. So let's see here. 5 ways that adults bully each other. Excuse me. It says here that the American Psychological Association defines bullying as a form of aggressive behavior in which someone intentionally and repeatedly causes another person injury or discomfort. That was you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bullying can take the form of physical contact, words, or more subtle actions. A bully can be an aggressive juvenile, an intimidating boss or colleague, a controlling romantic partner.
Wow.
Deep. An unruly neighbor, a high-pressure sales or business representative, a condescending family member, a shaming social acquaintance, or those in a variety of other types of abusive relationships. Oh my goodness. All those scenarios. Can any of you recall being in a scenario like that or know of any? Oh, this is very interesting. Yeah. What were you going to say?
The thing about bullies, though, young and old, is that they thrive off of an effect. They first of all, they're drawn to those who are intimidated, and they seek to intimidate. And then whatever effect you give them is really what's going to it's going to validate their behavior. And so I saw something one time, I read something one time that says bullies aren't born, they're made. Bullies are made, and they're made by looking at the pattern of behavior and how people respond and react to them. And so the second that you give them a response that's not the norm or what they were expecting, then it kind of, discourages them from trying to bully you in the future. And so they seek to intimidate. And so if you cannot be intimidated, if you can just withstand the test of intimidation, then I think that you can discourage the bully.
Right. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. I mean, because that's something you definitely want to do because so many people, unfortunately, are dealing with this.
Even with those scenarios that you just gave, and I remember saying this too, that every bully needs a victim.
True.
Every bully needs a victim. And so if you're not a victim, if you're not intimidated, then they don't really have anything to work with, you know? And so, but we see a lot of ways, you know, young bullies grow up to be old bullies,
That's true.
you know?
Because they'll just continue on in that pattern. They really will.
It's a pattern.
It's a horrible pattern.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes people don't even know that they're being bullied.
Yeah.
Or they don't recognize what that actually means. Now, it says here there are 5 common tactics bullies use to extort undue influence and power. So it says here, physical bullying is number 1.
Wow.
This refers to the use of physical intimidation, threat, harassment, and or harm. Examples of physical bullying include physical attack, simulated violence, such as raising a fist as if to strike, or throwing objects near a person. Yeah, right. I know. You're like, ooh.
You know? Oh my God.
You getting flashbacks? You okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Extortion, date rape, marital rape. Whoa. Domestic violence, sexual harassment at work, personal space violation, physical space entrapment, physical size domination, and numerical domination, ganging up on a victim.
Wow. So that's like outnumbering a victim, or the physical space domination is just kind of, you know,
right.
Imposing.
You in there.
Oh, wow.
Space like that.
And it's sad that you see adults. I've seen adults act this way. You know, you would think that would be the most immature way for an adult to act, but even the threat, you know, I go to the gym sometimes and I see how certain guys who are bigger than the next guy, you know, every now and then you'll see someone use their size to intimidate somebody else that's smaller, and not knowing and understanding that that's a form of bullying. You're bullying, you're a grown man and you're bullying somebody.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Well, interesting. So yeah, it was something I was getting ready to say though. Oh, I know. With adults, it is as if they don't necessarily, I mean, or I shouldn't say as adults. Nowadays, they don't necessarily just use the fists and stuff. They're using vehicles. They're using,
oh my God, yeah.
You know, all this type of stuff to intimidate and to actually carry out these crazy acts.
But it's physical. You know, physical harm is the fear.
Yes,
you know
definitely,
what I mean?
Definitely. I think we have a call on the line.
Hello, how are you?
You know, I can hang on. Speakerphone. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm so glad you guys are doing the show today. Because I'm actually hoping that I will learn something, but because I think I might be one of those people who is a bully now.
How do you bully people, Brandy?
Well, here's the thing. If I detest bullying, so if I see it happening to somebody else, or if I sense that you are doing it to me, I flip the situation. So I feel like right now I'm not just defending myself or defending the other person. I don't just defend it at that point. I then become the bully to the other person to make sure they don't do it again. Do you see what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna give you this is a reality check for you. You
Wait. Okay, say it again. Let me grasp this. Say it again if you wouldn't mind.
If I see someone being bullied, especially an adult, a friend, family member, or somebody I know, and it doesn't even have to be somebody I know, but if I see someone being bullied, instead of just going in and defending them at that moment, I continue to bully the person who is bullying, just to let them know how it feels, and just to kind of make sure they don't fall back on bullying the other person. You know what I mean? Like I stay there a little bit longer than necessary.
So you bully other bullies.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me how do you bully other bullies? How I mean, describe a scenario.
For instance, there was a young lady. We were actually at some kind of gathering, and there was a young man who was asking And actually, I did not know her. We had sat and talked a little bit, but I did not know her. So the gentleman was asking her out in his roundabout way. And she was nice for a little while. Then she just said, you know what? He tried to order her food, and she's like, no, I don't want it. And so he's like, what you mean you don't want it? You know, I'm trying to order you food. That's what's wrong with women right now. You too stuck up, blah, blah, blah. So I turned around and I went in. I said, sir, the reason she doesn't want your food, could it be because you're so aggressive? You may not even be what she likes. Maybe she just doesn't like you. Maybe it's not a global issue. Maybe she doesn't like the way you look. Maybe she does not like your approach. Maybe she does not like your shoes. It doesn't have to be that women anything. She does not like you. So the situation was over.
But she kept going.
Every time I kept going. Every time he turned to her. And then I watched to see what other woman he wanted to assault verbally.
Wow.
So that I could go over there and tell him off again. And I know that's the point where I should have stopped, but I typically can't in those situations.
It's just something just keeps driving you because you don't like people being taken advantage of. So you want to.
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
But you know what? You know, sometimes we look for diplomatic ways to handle bullies, but bullies aren't diplomatic.
They're not. They
True.
don't.
You know, and so sometimes you almost have to. There was a story that came out in the media about a father who befriended his son's bully.
Yes.
And basically showed him love and investigated and began to ask him questions and found out that his father wasn't in his life and he was really envying his son and all that. And he developed a relationship with this son who was bullying with this young man who was bullying his son. And now his son and this bully are now best friends. But he was able to talk to him and the young man heard him. But all bullies aren't like that, though.
That's true.
That's not typical.
It's not typical.
So
you know?
We need to help Brandy kind of redirect that a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I need an intervention because I know when I'm doing it and I know when I'm going too far, but it feels good. So
I mean, at least she's honest.
Well,
she's
praying.
Transparent.
The fact that it feels good, I'm praying for you, Brandy. I'm praying for you.
So yeah, we need to help you redirect that because we don't want a situation to escalate like, you know, out of control or whatever at some point, you know.
Yes.
Well, she brought up.
I'm tuning in. I'm glad you guys are on this subject, but I'm tuning in and watching.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
We'll try to help you. Okay.
Okay.
But she brought up something, verbal bullying. That is a serious form of bullying, because with verbal bullying, it can be so subtle though, because it can be just the spreading of rumors.
True.
It can be threats. It's when you use your voice, not necessarily your hands or your body, but you use your voice or your the influence connected to your voice to depress or oppress someone. And that's a real form of bullying, when someone uses their influence and the words that come out of their mouth to make you look a certain way or tarnish your reputation or cause you to be ostracized or cause other people to turn against you. That is a serious form of bullying, and we don't think that it can be, but it's very serious. It's very serious. Right.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's interesting. Thanks, Bran. I appreciate that. Anybody else want to be transparent? 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. And that was actually a different spin on the bully. She bullies the bullies.
Wow.
But you know what? Some of us probably do that without realizing that that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's why I asked her to give me a scenario of how she would actually, you know, bully a bully. So you guys would know too. So you heard her example, so you might be doing it as well. But I think we need to help these people tonight. Let's see comments here on Facebook Live. Joe says a good discouragement is a sanctified bat.
Oh my God. So you're going to pray for the bat.
I guess so.
And rub it with anointed oil.
Before you use
before you
swing it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So go ahead. What were we gonna
Yeah,
say?
back to the verbal bullying. How do you handle verbal bullying? How do you know, when someone is, that can be someone speaking negatively or spreading lies about you.
Yeah, it is that. Not
You
it
know,
could be. It is,
how do
and it's
you
all of that.
how do you handle that? Um, because the instinct and the knee-jerk reaction is to fight fire with fire.
Right.
Well, you saying something negative about me, I got something negative I can say about you.
Right. Now let me say this. It was something I was just watching earlier this afternoon on news. And these two, oh, I know what it was. It was one of those shows, those with the judges. And
Mhm.
this is obviously a new one, not Judge Mathis. It was probably a new one. And these two ladies, I guess they found each other as roommates on whatever's website or something. But when they moved in about a month in, they were like at each other
Mhm.
because of the space. One was taking up more space in the house than the other one, and they were going back and forth with each other. Well, they showed a video and of the two of them arguing. And the one says, "You can't take up all this space." Well, yes, I can. No, 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 no. And so then they started verbally insulting each other.
Wow.
And the one lady says, "Well, I hope you have a heart attack," because one lady was older than the other. So she said, "I hope you have a heart attack." Yeah, she's arguing with her and just like taunting her. And then the lady turned back to her. She said, "Well, I hope your cancer comes back."
No.
They were just like, I was like, oh my
Are you
God.
kidding me?
Yes, these were adults. The older lady was 73 and the other lady was what, 53. So it was like a 20-year difference. And these are adults.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So there you go with the verbal, bullying, verbal abuse. And you start talking about verbal bullying. That's number 3 on here. It says threats, shaming, hostile teasing, insults, constant negative judgment and criticism, or racist, sexist, or homophobic language.
See,
the scars from mental cruelty can be as deep and long lasting as wounds from punches or slaps, but are often not as obvious.
They're not obvious because they're unseen. It's a scar on your brain, on your mind.
It is.
It's a scar in your heart that now shapes your perception. It could be for the rest of your life. And it's really unfortunate that we use words, malicious words, insulting words to
for our gain.
Yeah, for our gain, and to beat people down and to oppress them and make them feel less than who and what they are. And so, my thing with this, I've had people talk about me,
No.
yeah, everybody, I've had people talk about me and say negative things about me, and even things that aren't true. Though, see, the stuff, it's, you can laugh at the stuff that's not true, but then watch this. Sometimes they can say stuff that is true.
That's true.
And it'd be just as hurtful, or if not more hurtful, because now why would you expose that truthful thing?
Right.
And so there's a lot of things that
probably stuff that only the two of you knew, or just a few people knew, and they just kind of like
just spread
it out. So yeah, well, you asked the question of how do you handle the verbal bullying, the verbal abuse. Yeah, of course, retaliation is the very first thing we want to do, because nobody likes to be attacked. Nobody likes to be talked about. Nobody likes to be put down, or looked at in a bad light. That's human nature right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You feel good about yourself, but then somebody else is talking about you. That's not going to make you feel good. I think, of course, maturity level has a whole lot to do with how you respond, because one thing you have to remember, people are going to talk all day long. You could be doing, my late pastor used to always say, yeah, people talk about you. You'll come into church, you do whatever you do in the church, and then people talk about you. You hang around, you talk about, talk to people afterwards, whatever, they're talking about you. You go in church, you leave back out and just go straight to your car, and then they're going to say you stuck up.
Mhm.
It's always going to say
People are gonna talk,
something.
yeah. And people talk, their conversation is indicative of the level, it reveals the level that they are on.
Yes.
And so if you can just pay attention to what people are talking about, then they are really revealing what level they're on. People who really got things going on for themselves don't have time to be talking about folk.
Not at all.
They don't. They got too much business to take care of.
Right.
And so, it's
People stay busy.
really unfortunate, but the thing about it is anybody can be prone to it. Anybody can fall victim to it. But I take the scripture in Isaiah 54:17 when it says, "No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper.
Right.
And every tongue that rises up against you in judgment thou shalt condemn." The weapon that is talking about in this scripture is the tongue. Your tongue can be a weapon to literally to destroy somebody's life.
Yes.
Their ministry, their career, their relationship, their reputation. But if you take that scripture, that is not going to prosper. You can say whatever you want to say, but it's not going to prosper. And I don't even have to have a comeback. I don't have to respond. It's easier said than done. But
it is. And now, the reality of it is easier said than done. It is.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you have to bite your tongue or whatever, or, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Especially when you could say something.
Yes.
I got a whole lot I can say, but I just
and your responses is not that you're going to attack them back, but you're trying to defend yourself.
Right. See, and when you take the stance that I'm not even going to defend myself, I'm just going to let them say whatever it is that they want to say, because bullies need a back and forth. They need the struggle. They need a conflict.
And I don't want to give it to them.
Right. So a bully with no conflict looks like a fool.
Right.
So if you just don't give them the conflict, if you just don't respond to them, as an adult, if they have any kind of wisdom, not that they have much wisdom if they're bullying, but they may look at it and say, you know what, there's no fight here. Let me just turn the other way.
Right.
So that verbal abuse, verbal bullying is real. And I think we don't even know that we're functioning in it sometimes, spreading of rumors and negative innuendo, that's a form of bullying.
That is a form of bullying. And I think it is important for us to realize exactly what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because again, we could be doing it.
I have a question though.
Uh-oh.
Who is more likely, and call in. Call in if you got an answer to this. 708-223-8953. Who is more likely to perpetuate and perpetrate verbal bullying, males or females? Males or females? Who is more likely to do the verbal bullying, as opposed to the physical bullying? Because males, I'll concede that maybe males are more likely to do the physical bullying. I will concede that. I think I'll do more. I believe that's true. But concerning the verbal bullying, who is more likely to do that?
Oh my goodness, male or female? And what did you just concede to say? What did you say?
That men, we are more aggressive, and we'll probably do the physical bullying.
Okay.
But the verbal, I want to know what you think about the verbal.
Oh my goodness.
Who's the culprit?
Okay, who's the culprit?
Male or female?
With verbal.
Yes.
Now see.
Be real.
Now see. I wonder why you would
be real.
Okay. I think we about to have a time with
we got
this.
Somebody on the line.
We have somebody on the line. Who are we speaking with? Mind, Body, and Soul. Oh, let's see.
Joe?
now. I'm going to try not to get in trouble.
Give it to us straight, Joe.
But to give it to you straight, I think it's female.
Okay.
And it goes back to a male bully still knows that he can get whacked like a piñata if, he comes across the wrong guy,
Right.
But female bullies mostly will bully men because a real man is going to back away, not raise his hand. So that opens up the door more.
So you're saying that female bullies, they use the verbal tactic, and the victim more than likely is a man as opposed to another female?
That's correct.
What?
He gave it to us straight.
Oh, and so you
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I'm getting ready to say, are you going with that
He
or
gave
what?
it to us you know what? I think that women are more prone. I agree with him on that. They're more prone to the verbal as opposed to the physical. I believe that women, oh my God, I'm going to say it. I believe that women fight with words more than men fight with words.
And what does that mean, fight with words?
Well,
what does that mean?
A woman is skilled. A woman knows what to say more times than a man knows what to say.
Okay, but does that mean she's bullying?
Yes.
No, I think she's just intelligent.
She's using, then she's beating you up with her intellect. It's still abuse. It's still bullying.
Oh my
Women are quicker with their words.
We're intelligent.
And you know what? I give it to you. You guys speak. I think it's like, what was it? Like men speak 10,000 words a day, and women speak like 20 to 50,000 words a day. That's indicative of the stuff that's going through your mind.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if Joe hung up. Joe may have hung up. So yeah, let's see here. Okay, so Joe says the women are more inclined to verbally abuse.
So? Annette, come on now.
I'm not sure. Well, I can't. Okay. All right. I think I have to say it like this.
Nobody can cut you up like a woman.
But that doesn't mean she's bullying, though.
Oh my God.
That doesn't mean she's bullying.
With the finger wagging and the neck moving.
But that doesn't mean she's bullying. She's getting her point across. I did that on purpose.
You see, I don't even know how to do that.
Well, you're not supposed to.
I'm glad I don't know how to do that.
Right.
But still, there is no better person to do the verbal bullying than, oh my God, females know what to say to cut you.
This is amazing.
They will remember the smallest, tiniest detail and reserve the right to bring it up at a later date when they need to put you in your place.
Okay, but I don't see that as bullying. That's just me.
You don't.
I don't. Not necessarily. Do I need to go back and read the definition or something? Is that what you want me to do?
See.
Ooh.
Go ahead and read the definition.
Ooh. Wait, I think we have a call on the line. Saved by the bell. Hello, caller.
Hi, how are you all?
Wonderful. How about you?
Good.
Oh, this sounds like the author of this topic on tonight. Is this Natasha?
Yes, it is.
All right, Dr. Natasha's on the line, everybody. She submitted the topic on bullying.
Okay, give us to us straight.
Now, Dr. Natasha, what we ended up doing, because there's so many different ways you can go talking about bullying. We are focusing on adult bullies tonight.
Oh.
Well, you can give us your thoughts on it, and then we want to ask you the question that Apostle just laid out before you called in. So you can give us your thoughts first.
As far as me thinking about adult bullying, it's real.
Yes.
Because we know, especially I'm going to say, as far as especially in workplaces. You can have adults that will try to bully you,
trying to get you to do the things that they want to do. And I think with adults, it's not so much overt. It's more like covert.
Mm-hmm.
You do it in like a more sneaky way. They may not come out and say certain things, but their actions kind of pressure you. I think it's more pressure. You know, we have students that have peer pressure, but then you have adults where it's not so much peer pressure, but to get you to do something that they want you to do. And they may not say that you have to do it, but you know, if don't do it, then I may, be on their target list. And I'm not going to even say lose my job, but there could be some consequences. So I agree. There are a lot of adult bullies out there.
Do you think manipulation falls into that?
That's you know what? I was trying to find the word. That's what it is.
Yeah. They have a certain thing that they want you to do, and so they'll manipulate you to get you to do it, And they can be ultimatums or anything like that,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Definitely.
So the question that I want to ask you though, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who do you think is more likely to perpetrate verbal bullying, male or females?
We know it's females by far.
She said, we know it's females by far.
Okay. I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold because I don't think that it's, I don't label it as that. Well, and wait. And listening to your scenarios there, how you said we can bring back up stuff, and know exactly at the right time to talk about it. But
you have to think about the result that you want. What's the response that you want to get?
Well,
you want to put him in his place. Look at what Prophet Remsen, Denise Remsen. Can you expand her comment?
Let me see.
I want to look at her comment right here.
A woman can rip a man to shreds with her mouth because she knows she can't beat him physically. Woo! She said she used to have a mouth.
Prophet Remsen, you used to have a mouth?
I heard a lady say that. I just heard a lady say that she can rip a man up, with her mouth and put, really tear him down. So we were talking about a scenario. So again, women can. Our mouth, we know the mouth can be a weapon.
It is.
Even in my dissertation, I was talking about as far as bullying, before bullying was kind of a rite of passage for children. I'm talking about children. And we used to say sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But we have to, hopefully I can say this, but we know death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
So that tongue can be a weapon. So it can kill you or it could speak life into you. So, and again, as women, and we don't want to go into the emotional aspect, we're emotional. We can wear our feelings on our shoulders and we can say things because we may be hurt by something and then we use our words to lash out. So I'm going to have to agree with Apostle. It's women. It's women.
I still love you anyway.
And you know what? I'll even say it this way. We're not as men, we're not as quick as you guys are. We're not. And so things will just hit you and you say it. And we still trying to figure out how to respond to the thing you said, 3 comments ago. And so we're just not as sharp and as quick. Women are very, especially educated, intellectual women. They are very sharp and very quick. And it could be a lot for a man to handle.
Okay, I see you guys' comments on here saying women, all day long. That's your response or whatever. But now let me say this. I'm not saying that we don't have a mouth. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are sometimes it's not that we're trying to bully. It's just that we have that intelligence of how to say something.
know what? I see you tap dancing.
I am.
I see you tap dancing.
Yeah, so some of us don't look at it as bullying. We just look at it as.
But you know, as a man, you know, a man can slip up and say the wrong thing. And you guys will remember that until the day we get up out of here.
Well, yeah, because you guys are not going to remember. Somebody has to remember.
See? See? You see what I'm talking about? That never would have came to my mind to say.
Oh my goodness. Anything else you want to share with us, Dr. Natasha?
No, thank you I'm glad I had an opportunity to call in, and you all are doing a wonderful job, if I can say that. So
thank you.
Listen to the rest of your show.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. We appreciate you.
Okay, have a good night.
Okay, you too. They are beating me up here on Facebook Live. Let's see. Brandy says, we know exactly what to say to a man, woman, or child that will cut them to their core and never have to lay hands on them. This is a skill and a weapon, and we need it. We will wield it at our discretion. Stop playing in that.
The art of fighting without fighting.
Is that what y'all do? Because I don't do that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, no, that was a great question, though.
Wow.
Great question. I'm not going to ask you why you asked that question. I'm not going to do it.
I've been hurt before.
Why'd you ask the question? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just playing. But another form of bullying I saw was relational bullying.
Yes.
Did you see that? Relational bullying is done with the intent to hurt somebody's reputation or social standing.
Okay.
Relational bullying can be used as a tool by bullies to both improve their social standing and control others. Wow.
That's deep.
So in other words, let's get everybody to think a certain way about this one person.
Exactly.
And so I'm tarnishing their reputation
on purpose
while building up mine. That is very, that is very subtle, but it's real.
Right.
And if we're not careful, like I said, we said earlier, just by perpetuating certain stories and certain things that you have heard, rehearsing those things, we don't even know the ripple effects of what those things can do. I said something in a message a few weeks ago that and it was referenced because it's been said for years that perpetuating gossip is like throwing a bucket full of feathers in the wind. You never know how far that feather will go, and you can never get all of them back.
That's true.
And so when you perpetuate and rehearse negative gossip, there's no way to know the ripple effect, and it usually is going to end up tarnishing somebody's reputation and changing how other people perceive them. That's a form of bullying.
It is indeed. I want to continue with this topic, but yes. I think, do we have our health segment ready to play for tonight? I don't know if we can get that. I tell you what we'll do. We'll take a quick break and play a little music, and then we'll see if we have our health segment ready. If not, we'll just have to kind of move it towards the end of the show if we can get it. But let's take a quick break right now. And you guys, this topic is hot. It's hot. You can continue to make your comments here on Facebook Live. You can still call in too. Yes. You can. If we're ready, let me read this comment right before we take this break. Denise says here, Brandy, you just said a mouthful. It goes deep into the soul and then take roots. That's true. It does take root.
But what is she referring to? She's referring to what Brandy said.
Right.
We know
That's
exactly what to say.
Right. Yeah, I just wish she said, Brandy, you just said a mouthful.
We know exactly what to say to a man. And we will cut them to the core.
Wait. She says to a man, woman, or child.
I'm focusing on the man.
But you have to read. Lord help us. Okay,
Thank
all
you for the
right.
comments.
Yes, these are good. These are good. I know you guys. I was just trying to give you a way to go there. But yeah, we can do something with our mouths. We can do good things though
Yeah.
with our tongue. we can
Well,
speak good things.
well, since you said that, let me just say this: that there is no one that can build you up like a woman.
Oh, yay. There we go.
There's no one
That'll take us into a nice break.
like a woman.
Say positive things.
Yes.
So, okay, are we ready for our break? Let's take a quick break. Listen to Forecast.
It may be raining outside, the sun is gonna shine again. Just wait and see. Hold your head high. The sun is gonna shine again on you and me. It may be cloudy outside, the sun is gonna shine again. Just wait and see. Hold your head high. The sun is gonna shine again on you and me. Things are looking so good, just didn't turn out the way you thought that it should. Seems like it's cloudy all day long, but the storm will pass and you can sing a new song. But you gotta keep your head up high, and know that you're never alone. In Him you can rely. The storm will pass, just wait and see. Don't ever lose faith in humanity. When the winds are blowing and the skies are gray, trust in Him, He'll make the way.
Welcome back to Mind, Body, and Soul and A&D Conversation. And we've been having a wonderful time tonight talking about our topic and a few other things. But we're going into the next segment of this broadcast with the MoFaith segment with Dr. Shirley Hill as we prepare for this season of festivities with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all this wonderful food that we're going to eat. She's going to give us some tips on how to make sure that we stay healthy and don't backslide over this season. And so tune in as we go into this next segment, this MoFaith segment with Dr. Shirley Hill.
Dr. Hill here, and you are listening to Nutrition God's Way. I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about what God says food is, why these particular products are, or plant-based foods, why He chose them for man's food, and how it can be incorporated into your holiday, meals. Did you know that between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, that heart attacks, strokes, and kidney failure, that they are on the rise, that they spike extremely high during those periods? And there is a reason for that. Eating high fatty meals, they cause the body to they stress the body. They cause the stress syndrome. You know, you've heard of the fight and flight syndrome. Well, this is what eating a high fatty meal, all of these concentrated foods, this is what they actually, the condition that they throw the body into. They raise the blood pressure. They cause the heart to race. They overwhelm the kidneys, and the sugar. Oh my Lord, the amount of sugar that we eat during that time, it raises the cholesterol, and it just puts the body at such a disadvantage, especially the heart and the arteries, the veins, the capillaries. Those things are overwhelmed. The meals that we eat during this time, the amount of sugar, the amount of meat, eating meat and sugar together, it produces a condition in the body called glycation. Now, glycation is one of those processes that helps, that aids the body in getting to that point of heart attack, stroke, kidney failure. And that is because glycation is when meat and starches, or meat and sugars, I should say meat and sugar, but starches, they turn to sugar. When they are combined without enzymes, then you can end up with a blockage, a tumor, and those types of things. And so we want your meal to be a blessing and a joyous occasion when your family and friends come together. So let's see what God says about real food. We're going to look at two scriptures, Genesis 1:29 for Old Testament and First.
Ooh-wee.
She getting in there.
So drink water for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm just kidding.
And eat tree bark.
Tree bark. So we just want to give you tidbits,
No sugar, no meat. I mean,
right.
That's not Thanksgiving.
That's not Thanksgiving.
No, I need candy yams and sweet potatoes, and I need all that.
Either you drink water or you don't invite Dr. Hill over.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. No, seriously. She tells us great information and stuff we need to take into consideration. Now, I will say this. Hey, Amber, I see you on. Thanks for watching. I will say this much. There, like lately, I think I've been doing pretty good with my eating. Now, I'm not saying that's what I'm gonna do on Thanksgiving. No, but seriously, I've been like the past few days, I had no meat. He said,
Good
and
for you.
I had dishes that were actually rather, they were good.
You know what? I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. We kind of give Evangelist Hill a hard time because it's difficult when your tongue palate has been trained to like certain things. It's difficult to say no. And so, but there's not one thing that she has given me to do that when I did it, it didn't work.
Right.
So she's excellent.
She's excellent. And she's not just talking off the top of her head.
Pastor Cece is on too.
Pastor Cece. Oh, I think I see. Hi,
hello.
Pastor Cece. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Pastor Cece, you just missed the question. Oh my goodness. I know we've stopped talking about the topic, but I've got to ask Pastor Cece.
You see how I asked the question before she got on?
So I'm getting ready to tell Pastor Cece what you said. We were talking about adult bullying, and the question came up. I don't know if you're listening or not. Who bullies more? Verbal. Who does verbal? Can you say it, please? Because I'm messing it up.
Who is more likely to perpetuate and perpetrate verbal bullying, males or females? That was the question. And Pastor Cece, whenever you put it in, you can call in if you like. I don't, either you can call in or you can put your comments here on the Facebook Live. But I want to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. Is she on? She may not be on.
She said hello.
Oh, I see. She's laughing.
She's laughing.
So
can you call in or
that's
can you?
That's the number right there, 708-223-8953.
Yes.
Amber said females right off the bat.
Amber, I'm trying to get, somebody gonna get on my side tonight. Well, somebody will. I'm telling you. She said female. I'm gonna get you, Amber. I kind of reason it out, and I don't really think that we actually bully. We just do what we do, but it's not to bully. That didn't even make sense.
Oh my God.
She said it
are
depends.
dancing up in here.
I am dancing.
What does it depend on?
Yes, you can't just leave it like that, Pastor CC.
And she chuckling while she's saying that, I know.
And she probably is. Okay. So yeah, whenever you get ready to tell us what it depends upon, please either call in or put that there. Brandy, are you listening? Do you have for us what we want to see on tonight? You have a clip that you need us to take a look at? You can go ahead and put that into the live feed. That would be great.
She said, we're going to get on your side when you tell the truth.
Okay, let's see here. We have a call on the line. Hello, caller.
Pastor Cece.
Hi, Pastor Cece.
Give
How
it to
are
us
you?
straight.
It depends. I don't think that's kind of a one. I know you said which one is more likely. And off the bat, females can, but it really depends. Because a lot of times females rehearse things over and over and over again. But there are times when, and I think this could be male or female, people deliberately do things to undermine one another. They deliberately say things to give themselves the upper hand, and they browbeat people over and over and over again. So I think it really, initially I'll say female.
Bingo.
But I really think it's a personality. And I think it's
Bingo.
it's got more to do with the personality than it does with the gender. And I think that's where we have to be careful, because sometimes we just assume it's a woman thing, and sometimes it's a personality thing.
Ah, I like her. I like that.
I love you too.
All right.
That was a very good explanation, though. No, but seriously, she's talking some good stuff there.
It is a personality thing. It really is. It's a mindset thing. It's a condition of that person's heart, whether male or female. But the question yet remains:
who is more likely?
Who is more likely? Yeah, we know. Likely says that men and women do this.
I don't know, because
But
I'm
the
still
question
thinking.
was, who is more likely?
But you all do stuff covertly.
There you go. And that was my point. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But we're talking about verbal.
But you still can do it covertly,
Yeah,
verbally.
I believe it is verbal. Now, here's the thing. Because we're talking about bullying, I think ladies a lot of times complain and they nag. But if we look literally at bullying, and I think it depends on if we're talking about in a relationship male-female or in a friendship also. If we're talking female on female, just friendly relations, possibly females. But there is a lot of bullying that goes on, unfortunately, with couples.
Absolutely. You know what? Because here's the thing. Here's the context we got to put it in. The person who is perpetrating the bullying is the person that feels like in that moment that they have the power. If I don't have power over you in some way, then I can't really bully you. And so you see, and I'll say, like, a lot of times men will bully a woman with money, or, I'm just giving examples, so men definitely do it within relationships, but within that moment, within the confines of that moment, and if you put it in that the person who has the power in that moment usually is the one that's perpetrating it. Because if I don't feel like I'm over you or have the ability to depress you or oppress you, if I don't have the means to do it, then I can't really bully you. And so what I'm saying is, a lot of times in verbal conflict, the woman has the upper hand. Because
we know how to talk.
Not only that, and I'm not trying to be condescending when I say you know how to talk, but you guys are sharper and quicker.
That's what I meant by that. Yeah.
You are. And while we're trying to figure out what to say, y'all done said 5 things. Seriously. I mean, I just, we're not as quick with, if you find a man that's quick, he done been thinking about it all day long,
Right.
and then rehearse what he wanted to say
Over and over again.
over and over again.
Yes.
You know, but if you catch us off guard, we ain't gonna know what to say. And after the fact, we'll be like, man, I should have said this.
Right.
You know,
But it's over with that.
it's over with.
Okay. Well, thank you, Pastor CC. Is she still on?
God bless you.
God bless you. Love you.
Bless you guys too. Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too.
I knew she's
Great show.
Thank you.
I knew she's gonna find some sort of,
Yes, that's why we love
you
her.
know, I knew it.
That's why we love her. Thank you, Pastor CC. It's a personality thing. That's
It is though.
That's the answer to your question.
It really is.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see here. I am looking. I think Brandy put in here what we needed. Okay. All right. You ready for it?
Mhm.
The viral video?
Lord.
Let me see what we have here. You guys go on Facebook Live. Go on Facebook Live. Brandy has posted a YouTube video that she wants us to take a look at, and we're gonna see.
I think I've seen this.
You think you've seen it? Okay.
Mhm.
We got to get past the advertising. Hang on. Do we turn it up? Do we supposed to? Oh, we got to turn it up because I can't hear it. Past the advertising. Hang on. Do we turn it up? Oh, we got All right, guys, this is on Facebook Live. Let me get out of this because I think there's some feedback here.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
saw that video before though.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is on Facebook Live. All right, hang on. Okay, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You seen that before?
I've seen that video before, and you know
Why
what?
did she pick that one? It looked like they were bullying him.
They were bullying him. There you go. Those two little girls were, but now at the end, I guess she kind of pokes him in the chest.
Okay.
And he says, "Ow, you poked my heart."
Oh.
But they were arguing over whether or not it was sprinkling or raining.
Oh.
To him, it was all
babies.
the same. But to the girls, they were like, "No, there's a difference between sprinkling and rain."
Oh.
You didn't know?
They're just babies.
See, but you see how you saw.
You know what?
No, seriously. Do you see with guys? We just lump everything. We don't details and all that stuff. And y'all,
Okay, you win.
will
You
swing
win.
us from pillar to post on details.
You win because we are detailed. That is one thing that's for sure about women.
Okay.
We're detailed. We need to know. Okay, you can't just come home and say, "Okay, this is taken care of." Okay, I talked to such and such. Okay, what did they say? They said it's okay. No. Tell me. Okay, what did you say first? Okay, I said this. And what did they say? It's taken care of. Will you just So we are very detailed.
Yeah.
I just gave a description to myself and my honey
You know,
because that's what happens.
Because a wife will say, you know, "How was your day?" And a man will say, "Good." And she really wants to know like the details.
She really wants to know.
You know? But likewise, we'll ask you a question and you'll give us all these details that we didn't ask for. You know, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with either one. We're just, you know, I guess men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Very much so. Yeah, you guys are from a far away land.
Yeah.
But Like they say, you can't live with him and you can't live without him.
For sure.
For sure. For sure. What's that? Oh, you see.
Wow.
It looks like we can ready to go back into this topic. Cyberbullying.
Yes.
What do you want to say about that?
Cyberbullying. And I pulled something up on that.
Social media.
Cyberbullying is used when the use of technology is used to harass, threaten, embarrass, or target another person. It is the use of social media. That means Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those media outlets. When you use social media to attack someone who is less powerful than you, it is nothing more than a form of bullying.
Wow.
And so certain posts that we make, certain things that we say on social media, what is our intent behind the post? Because if we're targeting someone or trying to make someone look bad, then we could be crossing a line. And I'll even go so far as to say this, and we were talking about this years ago. Months ago, we were talking about this, and I believe it was myself, Evangelist Hill, I think maybe Minister Brandy, maybe even Evangelist Demetrius. We were talking about some of the things that people share on social media. How if it's in a negative light or makes someone really look bad or embarrassing, then we really don't know what the ripple effect is of us sharing certain things. Now I can see if it was something that they were even laughing at themselves and it's funny. But if it's an embarrassing moment, and we share it, we can be taking part in like a mass cyberbullying, event.
True.
And so that is very, very, it's kind of sneaky and subtle. When an adult is involved, it may meet the definition of cyber harassment or cyber stalking, which is a crime with legal consequences.
That's deep when it goes that far.
Yeah.
It's very deep. Cyberbullying, of course, we've seen it in the news. Children being bullied, cyberbullied, and unfortunately some taking their lives because they're committing suicide because they're embarrassed. And, it goes very far, a long way. This article here says many types of tangible, verbal, and passive aggressive behavior mentioned above can be conveyed online via social media. A lot of times people say, people are just bullies and they don't really own up to what they're doing. They hide behind the keyboard. You know what I mean? It's like
people are real emboldened and we can be really arrogant and high-minded behind our keyboards.
Yes.
And we hide behind them because we'll say almost anything, but then when we see that person,
right? Yeah, you're not going to do that in person,
right?
I mean, unless you're just crazy.
Well, there are
you know what I mean?
Have you ever had to block anybody on social media?
Yes,
I have. Unfortunately, I've had to see when you block someone, that is a step further than unfriending them, because nobody's really friends on social media. I mean, you got who has 5,000 friends?
Well, when you block, it will unfriend you, right?
Okay. Yeah, it does.
So,
but what I'm saying is I've unfriended somebody but didn't block them.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
As blocking someone,
right?
Like I don't even want you to see my stuff.
I got a whole long list.
Blocks.
Wow. Yes.
Wow.
I'll say this, and maybe I was being bullied. I don't know. Maybe you can define it as that. There was a situation some years ago where I think I hadn't been on Facebook that long, and someone was like, I guess you could call it kind of like stalking my page, and you're doing this and you're doing that and da 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 da, and they didn't approach me about it right away. It wasn't until probably a year or two later, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? And
they approached you about blocking them?
No. They approached me about my page, my personal page, and some things on there. And you gonna see my page. It's nothing. I don't put anything crazy on there, whatever. But I guess they didn't like it or whatever, and they went talking to other people.
Wow.
So I blocked them and all them other people they talked to.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah.
And no, I would not unblock them. No, because I'm like, okay, why? Why are you putting your mouth on me? What's the reason? What's the reason?
And I block people, and then I have not blocked people. But it's when you're being attacked. Have you ever been attacked on social media though?
Oh, have I ever been attacked on social media? I cannot say that I have.
One of the, social media beef is one of the, that's like really an immature thing to me.
It is.
Because again, like we said earlier, people hide behind the keyboard, and sometimes I'm like, okay, you got my phone number.
Right.
Call me.
Right.
Or let's talk. Why do you want to put it on social media? But sometimes it's, people attack you and don't even know who they're attacking. They just, it's
the
really,
image.
it's really unfortunate. Okay. And we really should I think that's what turned people off for years about social media. I remember Pastor Cece, it took her years to get on social media.
Did it?
Yeah, because it was like, and I get it. She was like, okay, I don't want to be a part of anything that's kind of like shallow and petty and folk, talking about folk. And I get it. And that happens. But what I wanted to convince her is that, okay, you can use it for good.
Right.
I use it for ministry. I use it. Sometimes I do want to keep up with family or close friends. But my main purpose is like ministry. And so you can actually use it for you can be a light in a dark place.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, I guess I was kind of like her at first. I actually had created a Facebook page and hadn't used it. It was had created a whole year before I actually started using it.
Wow.
And I didn't start using it until my show started.
Oh,
until
wow.
I started the show.
Wow. I've known people to create profiles on social media that they hide behind.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just so they can get information.
Yes. I knew a couple of people that did that.
From other people.
From other people.
And hide behind. They'll come up with a whole different profile pic, a different name. And it's really they're hiding behind it. And that's why I'm like, I'm very careful. And maybe I shouldn't be, but sometimes I'm too careful about who you get all these friend requests. And I'm like, okay, we have no mutual friends.
Right. Who are you?
Who sent you? How do you even know who I am?
I go ahead and delete people.
I
mean the request rather.
And yeah, you never know who it is.
Right.
Or what their intent is.
Yeah. This is interesting. There was a comment here. Actually, there was a comment earlier from Joe. I want to see if I can go back up to it when I get a chance. But Brandy says here, cyberbullying has been helping some people reclaim their rights, though. This is a different angle.
Yeah.
She says when people get videotaped infringing upon their rights and being racist, they're losing their jobs and livelihoods, and rightfully so. Okay, yeah, I can.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
Interesting. I don't know where that comment is. I wanted to read it from Joe. He says something about doing judo, verbal judo. Verbal judo, I think is what he said. Oh my goodness. Okay, if I get it, I'll read it. But yeah, I know we're going to be wrapping up soon. This time went by fast today.
It did. And there's so many other areas we can go into with that.
Yes, definitely. But it was a great topic. Oh, I see it, Joe. So he said he tends to use verbal judo, but in a nice way. He said, I speak to them with respect, which makes them angrier because they want to get a rise out of you, as Apostle stated. And that's actually good. That's a good comment to end that topic on. That's good to use verbal judo. Yeah, you can talk to them in such a way,
Just don't feed it.
Exactly. Feed it. Right. I agree. Hey, did you have any foundations tonight? Yes? No?
Not tonight.
Not tonight? I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all apostle. Look, I said y'all apostle now.
I will have a foundation.
You don't have a foundation tonight?
I will have one on the next show.
Well, I have a young lady that I actually had on the other show just on yesterday, Dr. Nicole Scott. And she actually has a great foundation, and I'm going to get the name of it for you guys. If you recall the show if you tuned in on yesterday, she is the president and founder of American Association of Single Parents. And she actually, it was a great show because she was a single parent for what she said 19 years before she actually got married. And so she found herself in that position, and it was rough for her. So the foundation was created as a result of that. Yeah. She said one night she was at home and she was just like, okay, what bill do I pay? You know, she was just crying out to the Lord or whatever. What should I do? And she said she distinctly heard, the Lord say this.
Wow.
To create. So she created this foundation, and she partners up with churches and different organizations, and her organization provides help for single parents. She gets
resources
in the form of resources, everything. She does workshops and everything to try and help them, because again, she know what she had to deal with. And she knows that it can be difficult being a single parent, but there's help out here for you.
Wow. It's difficult co-parenting.
Yes.
So being a single parent, I could not imagine.
Right. Definitely. So we want to make that as our foundation that we're highlighting on tonight. The American Association of Single Parents. You all can look her up on Facebook. Go ahead and just type it in. You'll see it. Dr. Nicole D. Howell Scott. And AASP is that's the acronym for it. So you can please make sure to contact her. She's got a lot of things going on. Like I said, different workshops that will help you out. If you don't need it for yourself, maybe someone else that you can refer them to her organization, and they can definitely help you out. So highlighting AASP on tonight. So, Apostle, we're wrapping up. Any funnies about you tonight? Anything we need to know?
Any funnies about me tonight? Y'all dragged me last Tuesday, so
we dragged you.
Yeah, I didn't know how to swallow aspirin. So.
I am still cracking up about that. Oh my God.
Trivial stuff. Man, I was filling out an application one time, and it asked if you had any tattoos, piercings, or brands.
And what did you say?
And I had to mark all three.
Wow. Yeah. Wait, tattoos, brands,
and piercing.
And piercings. Ooh, did you get the job?
I got the job. That was a long time. But
wow, that's deep.
Yeah. I had both my ears pierced.
Okay.
And right after I got out of college, matter of fact, when I got that job, I stopped wearing earrings.
Did you?
And it wasn't a requirement. I just did it.
You just did it. Yeah. I mean, things kind of change for you or whatever. So, wow, that's interesting. Oh my goodness.
Something you didn't know.
Something I didn't know. Well, I just have one thing about myself tonight. I think I went to a couple of things on Tuesday. I'm really shy.
No, you're not. Whatever.
I am so serious. I am so serious. You just don't know. I'm really serious. I really am shy.
I don't know about that.
I totally am.
I need to ask a few people in your circle.
Well, you know what? I don't show it. I try not to, rather, should I say. But I really.
Now, are you shy or are you an introvert?
Both.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I really am. And people, you guys
look at what Buddy Gill said. She said shy. He's a psst.
Buddy Gill,
I'm with you, buddy.
Buddy Gill, is true. I really am shy. And I probably should say shy in certain instances. Maybe I should say it like that.
Okay.
No,
How
I can't just say it like that. I really am shy.
you keep saying that, but you know, I'm with Brandy. She keeps saying that.
And one day y'all gonna believe me.
Cece said something. She used to call me Mr. Clean. She did because I had 2 hoops.
With a bald head. Did you have a bald head?
It wasn't bald, but it was low.
Oh, okay.
And she used to joke and call me Mr. Clean.
That would be. You don't call them that anymore because the earrings are gone.
The earrings are gone. Thank goodness.
Oh my
The earrings
goodness.
are gone. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Well, maybe y'all could. Well, never mind. Okay.
Lord have mercy. I done said that on.
You said that on the air.
On the air.
What was that post you put up the other day? I cracked up. Oh my goodness.
Which
I
one?
think when you were younger or something.
Oh, with the afro.
Yes.
Yeah, I was on. Me and my brother, we were in a newspaper in the Elkhart Truth, and it was the Elkhart Urban League. They were doing a back to school event, and we were modeling the T-shirts. And so, but even Dr. Hunt was being honored as well. He got an award for ministering to the elderly.
Okay.
And I was 8 years old. He was 9, but we had those Jackson 5 afros. And I made a comment. My afro was the truth.
It was the truth.
Oh man, it was the truth.
Oh man, those are good memories to look back on, though. Very good memories. Throwback Thursdays, throwback Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
That's good stuff right there. All right, you got anything else for us? Are you good?
I'm good.
You good? So we're going to wrap up here tonight. You guys, we still want to remind you that you are more than welcome to become a sponsor of this show. Please contact us. You can inbox us. Well, I don't know. Are you going to check your box? Yeah.
I'm going to check my box.
Okay. You can inbox us on Facebook or you can email us. The information should be in the live feed there. Mind, Body, and Soul, A&D Conversation. And then also, let's see, I think you can go to our pages. We do still encourage you to go there. You can leave messages on our page, Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation. And let us know if you're interested. We talked about our sponsorship packages the other night. We have gold, silver, and I think platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Silver, platinum, gold. How you do that? Yeah, something like that. You can contact us for the information on that because we want you to be able to advertise your show, your organization on this particular radio show. We would be very glad to have you, should I say.
Yes.
Very glad to have you. So contact us if you're interested. We're taking donations too. You don't have to just be a sponsor, right?
Absolutely.
All right. And you get the word out because people are listening and you can promote your business. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think we're going to get out of here then. Am I boring you talking about sponsorship packages?
No.
Hey, Misha.
I went to bed late and got up early.
I think I was boring him though. Okay. My engineer is cracking up at us too. Buddy Gil, I see you on here. Thanks so much for joining us. And yes, I am shy. Okay. I saw Misha come on. She awesome praise and worship. I love to hear her sing. Love to hear her sing. Great stuff here. So yeah, okay. So this week we got it down under our feet. We have the 2 shows already taken care of. Yes. And I want you guys to make sure you still keep up with us. Come back on next week and check us out. Let everybody know. Now, since we are doing a live feed from the new show page, some may not know. They may be looking for the show on my page or your page or something like that. Let everybody know we're on Mind, Body, and Soul and A&D Conversation. Go ahead and like the page, follow us so that you will keep up with us, and we will make sure we're posting in that particular group there. So make sure you keep up with us, and we're going to get out of here. I want you guys to have a great weekend.
Yes. We want you to have a wonderful time this weekend preparing for church. Go to church this Sunday.
Go somewhere and worship. We would love to hear about on next week how your weekend went. So make sure you come back with us on next Tuesday. And you are listening to Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation.
Mind, Body, and Soul, and A&D Conversation. Hosts Annette Harris and Apostle Dion Hunt are ready to bring you some exciting new content. Get ready to talk, laugh,